Hello Captains, it's me TONIK TZW. We're here in the Tier 5 Premium American battleship, the West Virginia. And you can see from the splash screen, it's a pretty big game. There she is in all her glory. And I am running the new Azure Lane Colorado Commander. So pushing for the reload. It is quite fun with this. We've got Paolo de Revel on there. And we've got John Fisher to try and bring the reload down even more. And we are running Will to Rebuild, not fight fire with fire. Now it's the start of the game and we've got two destroyers, one on center, one on Charlie, and I'm looking and I think, well, normally the way it sets the teams up, we would have a destroyer in front of us on Alpha and red team would have one on center. So red would be Alpha center, we've got Charlie center. But the Fubuki is going to start heading in this direction, unlike this Devonshire who is heading straight backwards. That is great. There is a cruiser pushing forwards here, and I decide that I am going to move with him and support him. I know I'm going to take myself out of the game for a little bit as I push behind this island, but I want to move forward and counter any hard push by a destroyer or a cruiser on the flank. I also know that red team like to camp behind that island down at what is on the minimap the north end of ACAP. And I'm thinking we've got big guns, we've got a battleship, we can tank some damage and support the destroyer and stop these cruisers from getting focused. This turret traverse seems painfully slow. This ship seems painfully slow as well. I can't remember the exact setup I have on it, but we're going to push forwards. We are going to get into this game, and unlike the majority of players, we are not just going to slam on the brakes behind this island and slap shots across the top and hope we hit something. Now if you have a look at Charlie Cap, there is a scone across there. I know some people call it the skein, but apparently it's pronounced scone. He has pushed towards the cap, yet 4 ships, literally almost half the team, are across there, and they are not able to contest that cap or stop red team from pushing in. They're literally sat in a gaggle behind one rock, and I did come up on mic and say, is there enough room behind there for all 4 of you? Get out, support your destroyer, you know, and do something about it. The scone does the right thing. He comes away because he can't push in against that because he doesn't have a smoke screen. I fire a moment too early, and although we land a beautiful citadel on the Mutsu here, I think that could have been a much bigger hit. But I can see we've got 2 cruisers and another battleship, so yeah. We've got 2 cruisers and a battleship here with a destroyer on the cap. We've got the Boise. I didn't see what the other cruiser was. There's a Queen Elizabeth. We've got the Mutsu. I'm playing with my throttle here, forwards, backwards, looking at what's going on. Mutsu wants to slow down and get another shot across at me, and the Boise is going to light me on fire. But thank you, Boise, because all you're going to do is give me a medal or 2 at the end of the game. Queen Elizabeth tries a shot. We're now going to pick up speed. We're going to take a bit of a chunking off that Mutsu, but we are going to push around and get onto these cruisers because this guy who's off our bow on our left, he's in a smoke. There's the Cheshire, and I know there's another island there and I can't quite get shots on. The Devonshire has put torpedoes down. We're going to blind fire across the top, see what we can do here, and we're going to get lucky there, I think. And I think we do. We slap him for 4 hits with another citadel. That's going to make him think twice about pushing, and he is now running away under fire from that other cruiser. His torpedoes are out, so we're going to slam it into full reverse, and he's turning beautifully broadside to us. We're going to plop those shots across there, single turrets away, leading or drifting the stick as we go along. That's another 11,000 straight through the citadel against him. But we've still got the Boise who's pushed into the cap, and our destroyer is still there. He should have run away from it the minute it was taken and positioned himself better, because that Boise is going to run him down and going to clatter him, and the only thing that that destroyer has done is laid a smokescreen for the Boise to sit in, and that is not going to be good for me. I can't get shots onto that Boise. He's now disappeared into the smoke. The Fubuki is trying to turn, I think, and put torpedoes back through that smoke screen, and I'm thinking, why? Just get away from him. Get away from him. Live to fight another day. We can take the cap. He's a cruiser. He's in the middle of it. But no, he gets himself dev struck. That is absolutely friggin' awesome. And I know that I'm going to come around the corner and I'm going to start getting shot at. And yeah, I'm going to get lit on fire. So destroyers, think about how you're playing. If you're going to drop a smoke screen in the middle of a cap, make sure it's safe for you. Don't get yourself run down by a cruiser. Sometimes it's smarter to save that smoke screen, come away from the cap once it's turned, because if there is no smoke in the middle of the cap, then red team have nowhere to hide. All you've done is done these guys a favour, and well, now the Boise is doing me a favour because he's sailing out broadside. I know I've got the Mutsu and the Queen Elizabeth, but I'm hoping that the two cruisers are going to take care of them and get some fires on them and start whittling down their damage. I know that Mutsu has torpedoes. We get just under a 10k hit off there. We are now triple fired from this Boise, but we can't be set on fire again, I don't think. But we're going to have to let it burn. We're watching the countdown for the heal. We put another salvo out on that Boise. Citadel, kill number 2. We can now put the fires out. We can now heal. So we've worked on timing for everything here. Now the two cruisers that I thought were out here doing some work, they've kind of pulled back a bit or run away and hidden. And I'm saying, you know, look, can you guys push it there? I'll do what I can to take hit points off this Mutsu and Queen Elizabeth, and I'm going to push in towards the cap myself. Now I did see a discussion that said battleships, please stay out of the capture points. Yeah, it's a rare occasion that you see a battleship pushing a capture point, and I know this Mutsu is going to come through here. There he is, 3K's dead. So we're going to go through the superstructure. What do we get off there? Another 7-8K. He is going to want to push, and I'm sure he is going to want to try and torpedo me, so we are going to keep moving away from him. Yeah, we're not at a great angle here, and I am going to show my lack of experience playing battleships in a little while, but he is looking at the cruiser. That's good for me, so that allows me to open up my broadside a little bit, and he takes a torpedo on the nose from the other cruiser, and now we are going to turn away. We're watching for the reload coming down. He's going broadside. This is something he should never have done to me. I know he's getting torpedoes off. I'm going right rudder, and as soon as I know he's straight, I'm going to go left rudder and turn away from him, because there is the torpedo coming. I don't think he expected that that was going to happen to him. But now we have got the Queen Elizabeth. We are up on points because of the kills that we've got. We're on to 3 kills. So we've done our part for this game. We've broken 100,000 damage. We're going to pop some shots across at the Queen, blind fire the other 2 turrets, and turn into this capture point, because it looks as though we've lost one of the cruisers. Still no progress on the other side of the map. The Scorn is still there trying to fight that cap. There's one cruiser there. There's still a battleship parked behind the island, and it looks like the others are heading to Delta Cap. But the good thing is that both red team destroyers have been taken care of, and I'm looking for an angle on this Queen Elizabeth and trying to get a salvo across the top before he comes in and gets a salvo onto me. And I'm going towards it, and I'm thinking, this is potentially not the best position for me to be in. He's going to get some cap resets. I know that he has got another salvo coming up, and he's going to angle in towards me because he knows that I've got another salvo coming up. And could I have burned him? Yeah, I could have. I'm going to put 2 turrets out there. We're going to turn a little bit more to the left, and we're going to try and well, I was thinking, do I put my turrets to the right? No, they're going to take far too long to turn, so we're going to turn in, but he slaps us on the nose, and so we are going to put the turn in and see what we can do against him. This is probably the riskiest move that I've pulled all day, and I am going to be punished for it, but we slap him. We're on 23 seconds for a reload, and his reload is coming up any moment now, and this is where I see Jesus, because he slams me and leaves me with 3 hit points. I'm sure a secondary is going to finish me off, but it is going to be my secondary that finishes him and gives me kill number 4. He only had 160 hit points. I only had 3. Somehow, by the grace of RNG and the firing of my secondary guns, we managed to take kill number 4. I'm down to 3 hit points. It is 2 more than I need to survive the game. But I am a battleship, and I am in the middle of a capture point, and this is going to be a solo cap. Knowing that I'm running will to rebuild, I'm going to run towards the cruiser and the battleship. There are 2 ships left on the other side of the map, but I can't afford to fire my guns and get detected. But the King George V takes out the Colorado 5 seconds to the cap, and the last red team ship is running for the other side of the map. So we're going to drop here just within 2.5 kilometers. We're going to pick up the will to rebuild, and let me just pause here and we'll zip forward to the end of the game. Now the Scone was tenacious in his efforts. He did get himself killed, but he did pick up the last kill of the game. We finish on just under 152,000 damage with 4 kills, high caliber, dreadnought, close quarters and fireproof. Thank you, Boise. How I survived that, I literally do not know. As I said, I'm sure I saw the white light, but there is the proof in the pudding. 3047 base XP. Can somebody tell me, am I playing this wrong? Because I should not be up there. Oh, I think it's time for another cup of tea after that one. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, smash the like button. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the game. If you haven't subscribed before, please do consider subscribing, and if you see me in game, ping me a message and say hello. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and goodbye.